Okay, I want to start off by saying, we'll express on behalf of our program our heartfelt love and sympathy and support for Ron Tonga Onavai, who lost his wife, Janelle, in the car accident shortly after the Montana State game. That's really put everything in perspective, and it's gut-wrenching, and we're doing everything we can to support Ron, help him through this difficult time, and that's been first and foremost on our minds. That's something that there's no blueprint. At least I didn't have a blueprint for that. It's something that I've never dealt with, and we're trying our best to make sure that we give Ron every bit of support that we possibly can. That being said, there's still a game to prepare for. Well, first of all, I guess looking back to Montana State, there were some positives to take away from that game. We did a lot of good things. We ran the football effectively. We didn't turn it over. We played pretty good defense. The kicking game, at least the place kicking game, which was a question mark going into the game, turned out to be a positive. Coleman Peterson nailed both his field goals and all three of his PATs. So that was something that was a big positive for us. The big negatives, there was a couple glaring negatives in the tempo of the offense. We were sluggish, getting in and out of the huddle. We've got to play faster. And then the throw game, the production overall in the throw game, you can't throw the ball 23 times and come away with 100 yards. You got to be more productive than that. And we did some good things in the throw game. The completion percentage was good, and we threw a couple touchdown passes, didn't have any interceptions. But in order to win games in this conference that we're about to get into here, we've got to have more production in the throw game. So in a nutshell, that's the Montana State game. Looking forward to USC. Tremendously talented football team, talent at every position. That's something that's been a trademark of theirs for a lot of years. This year is no exception. They've got athletes throughout the program. Offensively, it starts with Matt Barkley, the quarterback, Robert Woods, the receiver. They combined for a great game on Saturday against Minnesota. Woods had 17 catches for 177 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just a monster game. The quarterback had an excellent game as well. Over 70% completion, over 300 yards, and several touchdowns. So that was a great combination for them on Saturday. The run game wasn't bad. The numbers were not as good as they were running the football. They had an errant shotgun snap that lost them, 30, 35 yards, which reflects in the run game. So they actually ran the football fairly decently, but it didn't show up in the stats that way because of that one big loss of yardage. As far as from our standpoint, we've got to be ready to play. We've got it's a tough road trip going down to the Coliseum. It's a great venue. It's one of the most storied programs in all of college football, the USC program, and they've got all our respect. And we're going through our preparation process, and that's pretty much where we're at. So, any questions?
Excuse me. As your game plan for Matt Barkley, you've seen a lot of good quarterbacks over the years and probably coached against a lot of great quarterbacks. What trait or attribute stands out about Barkley's game when you've watched him on tape, Kyle?
Well, a couple things. Number one, the way he gets the ball out of his hand. The ball gets out of his hand very quickly. It's very difficult to get to him, and his arm strength. He can make all the throws, and that was very apparent in the game on Saturday. He's got a very strong arm, and so those two things are the most concerning. The way how we're going to get pressure on the guy when he gets the ball out so quick. And then, being able to defend all the throws that he can make.
Coach, what specifically needs to improve in the passing game? Is it decision-making? Is it receivers getting more separation?
I think there's a few things. Number one, we got to dial up more shots down the field. We've got to put the ball down the field more than we did on Thursday night. Jordan has got to gain confidence in his arm. It's not a physical thing now; it's a mental thing, and it's anybody that's had surgery and whether it be a knee or a shoulder, whatever. There's a period of time where you've got to figure out that hey, it's better. I can do this. I can cut loose. I can throw the football the way I want to throw it without worrying if there's going to be some twinge of pain or some setback. And so I think that's where we're at with Jordan right now. Is he's battling through that. Psychologically, and because there's nothing, we're not sitting here on any trying to hide or mask some injury. His shoulder is completely healthy from a medical standpoint, and so it's just a matter of getting over that hump mentally.
Obviously, it's been a long time since Norm Chow was there at USC, but has he been able to provide some additional insight, especially to the players, as far as what to expect when they get there and play in the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things he brings to the table is his insight of the Pac-12 in its entirety. Having been there most recently at UCLA, and it's a home field advantage. The Coliseum's been a home field advantage, and they play the drums and give you that fight song and the other song. I don't know what the name of the other one is, but it's constantly playing the entire game. And so we had that out at practice yesterday, and we will have it all week long. The same, trying to replicate the environment that we're going to be in, or get as close to it as we can. And so, but yeah, he's provided insight in a lot of different ways for the upcoming season.
Kyle, do you know what you have with this particular team yet, or is it still a bit of a mystery to you?
Still a bit of a mystery. I think we learned a little bit about ourselves Thursday night, but I think we're going to learn a lot more about what we're all about this Saturday, and teams. What you try to do as a football team is get better every week throughout the course of the entire season, and the teams that do that usually end up being the better teams in the country. And so, if we're able to continue on an upward plane and improve from week to week, then we have a chance to be a pretty decent team. But right now, we're going into a competitive situation this weekend, and we'll find out a lot more about where we stand as a football team Saturday evening.